Rato and I are hosting a dinner party today, and I'm quite excited because we're cooking only Korean meals, which is really like brave and bold of us. But I'm like, we lived there for a while. Like, I feel like we've got sort of an understanding of like Korean flavors and like, yeah, just taste profiles. So we're cooking a few of our favorite meals for our friends today. One thing I'm so looking forward to with the group of friends that I'm chilling with is that hardly any of them drink, and if they do, it's like really moderate drinking. And this is quite a big deal to me because like I am sober, so of course I want to hang around sober people who don't really like drink to excess. So I'm really looking forward to tonight. Having been sober and interacting with people from like a sober body and mind frame, like it has done a lot for my friendships and my relationships. I feel like I can be a lot truer to myself and what I'm feeling in social situations, and my friendships, those that don't revolve around alcohol, well, none of my friendships look like that anymore. But the friendships that I have right now are just really like comfortable spaces to be human and to show up with like all of the things that I feel shame about, to show up with all the things that I feel uncomfortable and cringy about. And I find that like I didn't really have that in my friendships when I used to drink, because I would be masking everything that I'm feeling with alcohol. I'd be trying to be the perfect friend, the most confident person, the most social person and stuff. And yeah, now I don't really have alcohol as that mask, that thing that can like stop me from feeling what I'm feeling. I find that my conversations and my experiences with people are just a lot more genuine and just life-giving, really nourishing friendships with people. So yeah, I am so looking forward to tonight. I'm looking forward to eating Korean food. I'm looking forward to being in a room with predominantly sober people where like our exchanges, our laughs, the way we have fun and entertain ourselves doesn't revolve around alcohol. I feel like I'm at that stage of adulting where I'm inviting my friends over for dinner and everything is cute and it just feels like a beautiful movie from like the early 2000s. And it's kind of wild to know that depending on how I see it, my life can be a movie, my life can be a cute rom-com or an indie film of my creation. Dinner party is done, so full of love and appreciation. This was just really full. Good night. What are we doing today?
We are beginning the photo shoot for my debut project.
Oh, what's it called?
The project is called Self Portrait, and I am called Lukile.
Hey friends, I have been in bed for the whole day. I think it's around 5 p.m. now. And I'm just getting out of bed. I had a stomach ache that was pretty wild. It started, if not yesterday, then the day before. So I didn't get much sleep. All this time in bed has like just made me think about how I don't really take time to really do nothing and sleep, or just do nothing, stare at the ceiling. I don't really carve out time to do any of that, and it especially happens when I'm sick. There's something that goes off in me that's like, okay, yay, I can lie in bed the whole day and I can like catch up on my favorite series, and I can just like sleep at midnight watching series or something. And I mean, that's not really doing anything to make me feel better. So it felt really good today to just watch one or two things and then spend the whole day like sleeping. And now I feel so much better. Like I feel a lot better. I'm happy that I listened to my body and its need to just rest, not watch series, not read a book, not listen to music, but zero stimulation. Yesterday, I also went to Lerato's like photo shoot for his album that's coming out really soon, and it was so amazing, like seeing someone I love like in their element and seeing them just do something that is so close to them, something that brings them like joy, and you can just see like his craft. It was really amazing witnessing all of that. And it also made me think about my relationship with the camera, and how there was a period in like my varsity days where I used to model here and there, and I really like enjoyed being in front of the camera. I could like step into this persona who was still me, but like different versions of me depending on the shoot. And I guess like lots of life things happened, COVID happened, that just like made me stop with like all of the photography stuff. And seeing Lerato in the studio yesterday just made me be like, I could see myself back here again. So I think that is something that I want to get back into this year. Just playing around with my body and my appearance, and yeah, playing around with my different personas and how I can best express them. Yeah, yesterday was really lovely, but for now I am going to go and take a cleansing shower. Made it out of bed and into the shower and into the sun. But now we are back in bed because we actually feel worse than we thought. I'm currently reading Normal People by Sally Rooney. I read this book, like I got about halfway in like one night last week. There was just a night where I couldn't stop reading it and I went to bed at something like 3 o'clock. And it's been a while since a book had me doing that. This is the kind of book that like I would want Benedict Cumberbatch to read. Especially the first few chapters. Like it just seems like his voice and this book would go really well together. Whenever I get a new book, I always take time to like absorb the like visual aspect, not even visual, just the aesthetic of the book before I start reading it. And something that I noticed about this book, like one of the very first things that I noticed is that it starts really high up, like that really caught my eye, and it actually bothered me for the first few moments of me reading it, because I was just like, why is there such a tiny space at the top of the book, you know? And also the font. I know it's not like, it's standard book font. Times New Roman. I'm not actually too sure, but it's not really a font that I see lately. So it also just like caught me by a little surprise. It looks like, you know, everyday normal book font, but yeah. So those are just like two things that I noticed about this book. It's been a while since I read books about mental health and depression, and there was a time when I really could not read books about depression, especially after reading Kay Silodeka's The Quiet Violence of Dreams. Like, that book took me out. I still haven't finished it. I started it in university, and like I got somewhere like here as well, and I was just like, no, I'm not finishing this book. So this is the first one that I've read in a while, and it's interesting to see how my capacity to be with depression has just expanded. Like, the more I spend time with my mental health. Oh.
There's a flower in there.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Lerato cut me apples with peanut butter. That was so cute, oh my word. But yeah, the more my capacity expands to be with my own mental health, the more I find that it expands when it comes to being with characters with issues with their own mental health. So yeah, I am enjoying this book. I would also like to watch the adaptation of it. My friend Brittany told me about the adaptation of it, and usually when I read books, like, I'm the kind of person who like watches the film adaptation first, or like the series adaptation first, and then like I'll read the book if I ever do. So like, this is one of the first books as well where I've read the book beforehand, and then I found out that there's an adaptation for it. So actually might watch that after finishing this book tonight. We'll see. Good morning. Lerato and I are going thrifting today for some, it's actually quite a few things. We're looking for dining chairs, end tables, and an office chair and a coffee table as well. That's what we're trying to find today. Oh my word, Lerato bought lychee juice. Do you guys drink lychee juice? Regular lychee juice.
I love lychee juice, baby.
Incredible artwork.
We got a chair, y'all.
We got a chair.